So I noticed that you're back, and it's probably because you love me very much, and I really like to say I appreciate it, but that's kind of creepy. Not really. Anyway, guys, um, thanks for returning. Give me one second. Sorry. Best thing to do when I'm making these videos is to close my door so I don't really get interrupted. Or you don't hear my parents in the background talking. Anywho, we're, like I was saying in the previous video, basement, clean, or it's getting there. It's getting there. Still got a little ways to go, but it is so much better than what it used to be. My gosh, I should have taken pictures of what it looked like before. It was absolutely ridiculous trash everywhere, clothes, trains just like thrown because I had the floor layout, of course, but then I tore all that up because I had to go put it around the Christmas tree. But then I had track left over, so it's just all sitting near the roundhouse. It was a mess. It was a complete mess. And don't let me not get to the bed I had down there. It was just covered with everything, like guitar cords, microphones, trains, old toy. Oh my god, I need an intervention. I swear I need an intervention from garbage. But no, just about everybody in my house has been trying to clean for some reason. We just got sick of all the junk, so we just like, you know what, screw it. We're gonna clean the house. Clean the house. So we decided to clean the house, and it's looking pretty nice. So my upstairs room is looking pretty nice. I don't have to stumble and watch for shoes in the middle of the floor in the middle of the night and fall and break my neck. Downstairs, I don't have to worry about stepping on any trains because they're on the table. That's right, I upgraded from the floor to a table. Now here's the story. We have these two we have these two tables that were sitting on two different sections of the room, and the tables were decently sized. Okay, they were decently sized, but they weren't enough to do anything with. So what I did, grandfather gave me the okay, is I put boards on top of the table so I have more of an area to work with. What I did was I took the two tables and I made an L-shaped layout. Basically, it's L-shaped. So you've got one section here, square here, and then you got a rectangle over here. So I got myself an L-shaped layout. Now, it took me forever to get one of the boards on the table because it was so heavy and so big, but I'm so happy. I'm really happy that I got it up. It's just gonna be like the Christmas layout, the way I have the track laid out. And this is the most I've actually ever worked on the design of a track plan. I've actually never done an L-shaped track plan before. This is my first time. And what I've done, or what I'm going to have to do, is I'm going to have to take a pencil and mark the different areas of where the curved sections are going to be, because I have to have them in those exact same spots. Otherwise, it's not going to line. The track isn't going to line up well. Because of the tables are still, honestly, they're still too small. They're really still too. I mean, the layout's going to be decently sized, but the problem is that the track kind of stretches over the table. So what I do is I end up pulling the board back and exposing the table that's underneath. That way I have a lot more room out here and some more room in here. But the thing is, what I have to do is I have to, of course, because the track's over on the edge of the board, I have to support it with something. So that's going to be it's going to be cool because it's going to be kind of like a bridge. And that's the outer loop of track. The inner loop of track is going to be a little bit more interesting because that's where the yard is going to be. I don't have enough table to have like an outer yard. I can though. What I can't, because I have a third area. It's not a table. It's like a it's like a chest with speakers. Let's put it that way. And there's a board on top of that. But the problem is it's lower than the other tables and the other boards, so it's kind of sunk down. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that into some kind of construction area or a city of some sort. I think, or a small little town. I think that would look really nice over there. And on the inside, I'll have my two sections of track, and of course on the outer one there'll be a bridge on the perimeter of the table because it's stretching out a little too far, because I pulled the table back to give myself more room. And so, but it'll still look nice. It'll still look nice. I just have to get some cardboard or something to support of the track. Then also the inner loop, of course, it had to fit inside the outer loop, duh. And what it almost ended up happening was I didn't have enough room because, as you know, when you don't have a very wide radius of curve, you've got to have, when you're using Backman Easy Track or any basic 18-inch radius curve system, you're gonna have to have 6 curve pieces. But the thing is, if you want to make a wider track plan, you're gonna have to put the sections in between the curves, between the 3 curve sections. So that's what I did. And what I did was I ended up putting 1 section of straight track in between each one of the other sections, in between the 3 sections, and the reason for that the reason for that being was that was the reason why I had to stretch out the table, because I spread out. I made the track plan wider, so I had to actually spread out the tables and move the track down a little bit. And so because of that, I'm going to have to support it because now the track's wider. But it'll work out just fine. I'm really excited for that, and I'm dying to get down there and do something with that. But the thing is, I can't, because about half of my track that actually works, that like the insulators. These insulators that you can't see because it's so bright, the insulate right there, there you go. The insulators are all torn and broken off. I've got so much track, but the problem is I need to buy some insulators to fit on the track, which would be, and I also need to buy some new track. I want to get 22-inch radius curves because that's like the minimum for most advanced DCC locomotives. Like I have a basic DCC locomotive with sound. Yeah, it's a step up from the Backman Spectrum series without sound, but it's still not as nice as a lot of other Backman HO or MTH products. MTH probably has some of the nicest products in DCC. MTH, Avon has some pretty nice. Atlas has some pretty nice ones. The only problem with Atlas that I've seen, is it Atlas? Oh, yeah, I think it's, yeah. The only problem with Atlas that I've seen is that I've not seen any steam locomotive production products. Excuse me. I haven't seen any steam locomotive products at all from Atlas, and I could be wrong, but a wholesale they don't have any, and that could just be the site. But I have not seen any Atlas steam locomotives whatsoever. I believe Avon makes them, but most people they're into the whole new age diesel locomotive deal anyway, except for MTH and Backman. Those 2 companies, they make the older locomotives. I really would like a Backman product, or excuse me, not Backman. I would really like an MTH locomotive, but they're $500 for an engine. I don't know if I'm really willing to pay that much for a locomotive at this point. It's quite a bit of money to fork out for one engine. Because I could easily buy 2 or 3 more with that same amount of money from wholesale. The Backman Heisler Shea, or the Backman 3-truck Shea, I believe it was a Heisler. But anyway, it's a 3-truck Shea steam locomotive. That one's going for $270 something instead of like $300 in the $300 range. It's I believe it's either in the $290. There's some in the $299 range, and then there's some I believe in the $199 range. It just depends on if you're getting it with sound or not, but it's all DCC. Very nice. I was debating on getting one of those or another locomotive. But anyway, guys, I'm running out of time once again. You get the idea. The layout's going to look nice. I'm up on the table now. I'm not on the floor. I'm really excited about that L-shaped layout. I'm going to have to end up buying more track, but I'm going to have a yard. And I'm just looking really, really forward to just all of it. So after Christmas, probably straight after Christmas Day, actually probably Christmas Day, I'm heading straight downstairs and I'm going to start working on that layout. Anyway, guys, Railroad Kid 1937 here, signing out. Peace. God bless. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all are as excited for that new layout as I am. So I'll catch you all later. See you guys.